Well, you still have about 10 hours left to apply. Members of LESCO helped apply to our grant. That is $1,000, and we're going to give it out $20,000 worth. Actually, I think half the money goes to $1,000 grants, and the other half the money goes to $500 grants. So a total of 30 people are going to get it. And I don't know if we even have 300 applications yet, but it'll. So the odds are getting something are pretty high, I think, for grants, because it's actually 1/2 of 1%. You know, we got millions of people doing it, and because you have to be a member, so I guess that makes it easier, better, whatever. I don't know, but we're going to do it no matter what. This is what we're doing with extra money. Business has been. I didn't know it would be successful, and because I've been trying for 10 years to figure out how to get information to people and how to take advantage of government programs that we all pay for, but very few people know about because they have misconceptions or whatever, and the government doesn't advertise, and all that kind of stuff. And right now, with so many people in trouble, and I feel half the people in this country have not seen an income rise in like 30 years, and the other half is booming, And I don't think that's a nice game to play. Who wants to live like that when half the people are doing great and the other half are doing terrible? Man, we should even this out. So, and actually, some data I saw recently about the countries that do the best with the pandemic, in other words, less deaths and less people getting it and things like that. The people who are in the forefront of doing that are people that have less inequality. In other words, inequality of income, and that's what it is. It's all about that. And so that's why, to do my part, instead of giving money to a non-profit organization or something, donations, and no, the people that use us and are looking for us for money, well, we could give you money too. And that's we've done this now for 3 months or more, and we're going to keep doing it as long as business is good to do it. If it gets bad, then we got to feed us first, and then we could help others to do that. And I think that's what is. And maybe it's my age or something, but I just think this is the best thing I could do in my life right now. And also, what happened, I just got a press release from the Treasury Department, Joe Biden's Treasury Department, saying that they're giving out more money for rent grants. In other words, there's so much rent grant money available for everybody, and either they don't know about it, they haven't applied, or they've been denied. They're now making it easier for all the people giving out rent grants locally, because this is federal money that goes to the states, and then the states have to figure out how to give it, who's going to give it out, who's going to get it, and they put all kind of rules and regulations to give out the money. Now what the Treasury Department, Biden's Treasury Department is saying, you make that easier for people to get the money. And so they have rules and regulations. They're telling them, if you don't give that money, we're going to take it back and send it to somebody else to give out, because you're not giving it out fast enough. Okay, now that is strange, man. I've been following government programs for 40 years. I've never seen people yelling at other people for not giving out enough money. They have the money to give out, and they can't. And so what does that mean to you? It means that if you haven't applied for rent grants, or you think the rent grants are not available, you go and apply. How do you find out? It's pretty easy nowadays, because it's the Emergency Rental Assistance, ERA. So it's easy to find that program because it's a local office you have to apply for, maybe a state office. But most likely it's a local office. How do you find that local office? You could probably call 211 and ask. You could always call an elected official. Particularly the federal officials should know about it. So that's easy. You could find big listings of all the offices from nonprofit organizations that are national in order. Like there's one for housing, there's one for mortgages, and actually it's for mortgages, it's for rental, and it's for utilities. So there's money for all those things, and it's grant money you have to pay back. And you can get up 3 months forward rent. So it's not only back rent of like a year, you get a year's back rent and a forward rent of 3 months. And people, I keep running into every day, members are calling, hey, I just got 3 months rent. Hey, I'm paid up now on rent until December. So they all paid up for rent through December. So they don't have to worry about it until January, And that's what grant money. Now I just spoke to an ex-wife. We met by accident and exchanging stories. She has a rental apartment and everything that the people couldn't afford. And she didn't know about the program, that she could get money from the government to supplement what she was getting. She didn't know. See, people who even should know, is bright enough to know. It's hard to know this stuff, so that's why, I'm trying to devote the rest of my life is making sure as many people as possible know about this stuff. It takes work, you're not gonna just push a button, and money spits out like an ATM. You have to go through hoops, but what the hell? You went through hoops to get a driver's license. You went through hoops to get married. You went through hoops to apply for a college. This is what life is, going through the hoops. But you have to know where the hoops are to get through. If you don't, we're instinctively lazy, all of us, and would rather do nothing. So we make up excuses why, that's not going to be for me. No, I heard Joe say this, and he said, boy, he had to give up his 2 children and give them to the government so I could get the money. Now, I wasn't going to, you hear all kind of weird stories. You could pick out something on the internet for anything. By the way, I think Facebook is down. Our group is on Facebook, and Instagram and whatever the hell they else have. They're all down for some reason. I don't know. That's cybersecurity, and that's why we have 2 platforms. So if you're a member of Let's Go Help, make sure you get free access to Let's Go Help 2. And if you don't even want to get on the Facebook, fine. You could sign up for Let's Go Help 2, and it's all the same stuff as Let's Go Help on Facebook. A lot of people, understandably, I have trouble with them. I can't even use my original Facebook ID, and they think I'm 12 years old or something. I go through all the robot stuff, and they come back, and no, you're not old enough. And I can't talk to a human. That's the problem. There's few humans out there running this stuff, and so when the robots, don't give you the right answer, there's really your shit out of luck. Well, I got to set up another service that it doesn't, and also all the junk that's coming in on there. We have scammers. People come in and say they're Matthew Lesko and I'm going to help you. Just give me $500. I am never going to ask you for another penny after you are a member. You get everything I have for free because you join. So for 20 bucks, you got everything you want. The stuff I used to sell for thousands and thousands of dollars. Man, I've given up that game, helping rich people. They don't need help. So I'm so grateful that I figured out how to do this for $20 or maybe even $5. Now we have Let's Go Reports that give you $5, so you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to worry about every month. But I see that people are really subscribing for other things besides the help. It's something more that I didn't even realize I'm giving. I get more people that just feel the camaraderie there, and the people that help. Actually, the people that help me, the researchers, I just tell them, just help people. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You know enough about this stuff, to help them. I just want you to be nice, and be nice, and listen to people's problems and try to help them as best as you can. That's what we need. We just need people listening to other people and not just yelling at them or screaming at them what to do or whatever. Man, we're all struggling. Nobody knows what the hell to do in life. We're all screwed up. We're scared as hell and we don't know what to do. And that's why people scream, because they're scared as hell and don't know what to do. So they think they know what to do and they scream at you because of fear. Fear that it's going to get worse for them. And I don't think we have to live that way. There we go. Trash people. Okay, now, so that you have, 10 more hours, whatever it is, till midnight tonight to apply the $1,000 grant. You have to be a member. In the description, I have, the links for all that. And if you don't want to be a member and just want the information, I have it state by state. You could order any of our state mini grants for any state in the United States. And that's LescoReports.com. That's their mini grants where you could find all the programs, where to find all the programs in your state for anything, whether it's getting out of debt or solving, paying your bills or buying a house or starting a business, getting health care, getting legal help, getting free research help on any kind of problem you have. All that we have for every state just for $5.95. So you don't have to worry about a monthly bill or whatever. The Lesko Help and Lesko Help 2, if you belong to one, you belong to both. So don't worry about which one you want to join. Lesko Help 2 is primarily we started because a lot of people just don't like Facebook. And see, Lesko Help started as a group on Facebook. So that means you had to sign up for Facebook, right? But Lesko Help 2 is out of Facebook, but it has all the same stuff. And you could look at Facebook if you want, but then you have to join Facebook to look at. So whatever you want to do is fine. It's the same information as me. And it's growing nicely, and that's why. But apply for the program, to apply for the grants. We're going to have this every month. So if you don't get it in by tonight, you could apply tomorrow for the new one. That will be over. This is what, October. What comes after October? Oh, November. I remember now. So you can apply for the next one. That's applications are due November 4th. I'm sorry. So these applications are due October 4th. And that's tonight. And people apply for all kinds of things. This is how I learn. I learn what kind of help you need. And so that way I could do more research and find it, whether it's, just people, a lot of trouble out there. You read those applications, and that's all open. We show you the winners, we show you all the applications, anything. There's no, Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. This is all up front, and so everything we do, who got it, when, and all the applications. And of course it's subjective, but to me, it's objective and not an individual's. That's why I don't choose anyone. The people, there's about 7 people that know each other, but not very well, so they can't collude that much, that all vote on their favorite. And the ones that get the most votes, do it. Now, again, like I say, it's subjective, you never knew, but I know what is really bad is if you don't apply, then you'll never get it. And sure, there's no guarantee you're going to get it if you apply, but it appears to me, I don't know the whole universe of grants, but knowing government grants, millions of people apply for a program. So your chances are 0. something and 3. 0.00003. Here, man, looks like you're going to have a 10% chance or 30% chance, or maybe not more than that, I'm sure. But that's a hell of a chance to me. And then if you miss it, you do it again next month. And it's simple. But more importantly now, for everybody, if you're a member or not, because that's only for members, is the rent grants. Lots of money out there. The last time I looked was a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks maybe, and it was still only paid out 20% of the money. That's amazing to me. Only 20%. And there's so much hurting going out there. People are fearing, foreclosure and evictions and all this kind of stuff. When all this money is sitting there for people to use. And that's incredible to me. And it's just a pity. It's just all communication. And maybe we'll be better at this next pandemic or whatever. But you have to realize it takes effort. If you think you could just go to one place and get the application and fill it out, it's probably not going to work that way. It may happen for some people, but it won't. You have to hang in there and try it. And look, if you don't get it one place, well, then you ask that place, hey, where else can I go? And that's how you get it. The more you use the phone, the more you're going to get something. You ask other people for help. Hey, I've called 5 places, there's nothing. Where else can I go? Who are you going to do that? Well, there's people in your community that help you do free research. Or you can always call your elected official. And you have 7 or 8, 10, 12 of them where you live. Call every bloody one. Don't call just one and expect them to come to your house and help you fill out the form, and that ain't gonna happen. So you just gotta keep calling until somebody feels human enough to try to help you. And we all have busy days and busy lives or whatever, and a lot of people in power have even more busier lives. Right? So it's important you realize that, and we all do. So you just be kind enough and try, and if they don't, then move on. It's like somebody, you ask them for a date and they say no, you're not going to browbeat them, right? That's their privilege, okay? So you move on somewhere else. And that's what this is like. Or getting a job. You browbeat people if they say no to a job? No, you look for another job. Well, that's what this is all about. And that's what we have to learn. But nobody teaches this in school. They teach you 3 branches of the government. You don't care. You just got to solve a financial problem. And that's the important thing. And there are tools there in the government and other nonprofit organizations to help you do that. That's why I always say, man, if you're looking for help and you don't know what to do, never look at anything that isn't .org or .gov. There's just too much junk out there, and most of it is people trying to get your money. So you got to stay away from that, and that's hard to do. But there's a simple way. I mean, not that all .coms are bad, but we're not educated enough or know enough to be able to tell which are. So you just stay away from all of them. Just be prejudiced. That's all. And your URL, prejudice or whatever. I don't know. There's a joke in there somewhere. I don't know where it is yet. But it should be. And if you don't have fun, man, and the day goes by real slow. So try to have fun doing this, and you'll hang in there longer working at it because you're having fun doing it. If it's like going to the dentist, man, you can't wait to get out of there, and 2 no's, you're going to go home and say, screw this. I'll never get anything. You start having fun joking with people, and then that keeps you in the game. That's why I believe in fun. I dress like a clown. Why? Because people smile at me and they'll talk to me more. Sure, there's a certain percentage that think I'm an idiot, and that's fine. They probably can't help me anyway. But it's disarming. And that's why just when you call up these people, boy, you must have a hard day. You empathize with them. Say, hey, you better give me money. I hear there's money here. Where do I get it? But opening up have empathy for them. Like what? God, everybody must be hurt, so they must be all calling you. Idiots like me are calling you all day long, I bet. Boy, it must be a tough job. Relate to them. That's how you find more that they know that they're not going to tell you if you just say, hey, where do I apply for the grant? No, you say things like, well, hey, I'm really struggling out here. I hear you may have financial assistance programs. Do you? Or do you know somebody that does? That kind of thing. You massage things and make yourself human. Don't make yourself a robot. That's what the computer's trying to make everybody into robots. And then you call Comcast and they sound, you can't tell the difference between a robot and a human person because they act the same way and say the same thing as a robot. Why the hell have a human there? They're not acting human. They're acting like a robot. So that's my story today. I got to go home quickly and get my ass because it may take me a while to process a lot of applications for grants come in at the last minute. So it may take a day or 2 to go through all these and get them up there so you can see them too. And then we choose who, and that takes maybe another week. So in a week plus, we'll start calling for payment, how to send you money. And you'll do that in a week. So in 2 weeks, you should have something. And we do it, I think we use Zelle now, but we use PayPal a lot. If you really need to send a check, we'll do that. PayPal is probably easiest. And we use Zelle also now, so we can do it that way too. So, good luck to you, and I plan to be here. Oh, they're coming after me. Maybe I won't be here. Do you see it? Yeah. Where is it? Ah, here it comes. See it? Woo. It's not for me. That's an ambulance. That's what I don't want. At my age, I worry. Yeah, every day is a blessing. And every day helping somebody gives it a party. So thank you for letting me party every day. Talk to you soon.